What's up, fellas? Had a loyal supporter, loyal patron supporter. Let me put some respect on it. Ain't no regular supporter. Loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about things that I would change about women if I could. Now, I was a little hesitant to do this video because it kind of like you're talking about female nature, right? So basically, he's asking me things that I don't like about female nature. The reason I don't like talking about stuff like that because I teach you guys to accept female nature. But he asked a question. He's a loyal patron supporter. Dude been over here showing me love for mad years, mad years. He probably could start his own dating channel, but he's showing you boy love. So I got to answer his question. But I teach you guys not to hate female nature, to accept it for what it is, right? It's the way they're hardwired. But if he asking me things I would change about them, well, he's basically asking me the things I would change about female nature. That's basically what the question is, right? So, but I'm gonna answer the guy question, all right? So if I had a magic wand, this is what I would change about women. All right, guys? Number one, their attractiveness to the bad boy over the responsible man when they're young. Now, we all know that when women get older, they tend to start to go towards the provider. And I tell y'all guys that comes with maturity and all that. I don't get into it all that, oh, I find me a beta to take care of the alpha baby, all this other bullshit. I just associate it with growing the fuck up, right? Look how I'm dressing now. Look how I'm dressing. You couldn't have paid me no money to put this shit on 20 years ago. I would have said, look at that fool. What I would have said, unless you were going to church. Now look at my big grown ass now, sitting around wearing suits and shit. Just maturity, right? A lot of you guys not think I'm corny as hell because you much younger. When you get my age, you'll probably think like, yeah, man, I want to put on a suit too. Some of y'all want to put one on now. But the case in point being is just maturity, just my ass in my mid-40s. And so maturity. So that's what I associate the women, the whole thing with looking for a provider, not for, I got to go find somebody to take care of the alpha seed. No, I just think you grow the fuck up. But anyway, women tend to go for the bad boy. Now, I think whatever is cool for a woman in high school, in college, because you still haven't gotten to bills yet. But y'all guys know damn well you have women up to they like almost 30 still chasing behind the fucking bad boy. And I wish some of that love went to guys who were more responsible. All right, quote unquote lame men or whatever women call them these days. Now, the reason why I don't hate on this and I understand it is because I understand female biology. But female biology has not kept up with the times. So I understand this need for bad boys 2,000, 3,000 fucking years, well, much farther back than that, right? 10,000 years ago, whatever, right? Before civilization. But today we have like laws and shit. Now I understand that there's criminals out there and stuff like this here, but it's not like your bad boys by your side 24 fucking 7, right? We're in civilization, you know, this little thing where we got laws and taxes and all that other bullshit. We're not in the fucking wild amongst apes where anything goes. So this whole allure with the bad boy and needing that protector just don't hold weight the way. See, guys, some of the shit that we got going on, our biology hasn't kept up with the times, right? So a lot of you guys know one of the biggest things go on with our mouth is our wisdom teeth, right? And they cause our mouth to get jammed up because there's no room in our mouth for wisdom teeth. Because our biology, we used to need wisdom teeth back in the day, tens of thousands of millions of years ago, for what they was eating and chewing and all this other bullshit. Now we don't need wisdom teeth. And that's why they causing issues in our mouth, because they're still in there, but we don't eat that type of shit. So evolution has not kept up with our biology. And the same thing goes on with women. Their need for the bad boy has not kept up with civilization. We have fucking laws You don't have to worry about being fucking gang raped in the middle of a fucking field like you did half a million years ago, right? By a tribe of crazy men and shit. We have laws and shit. Now you can still be raped or whatever, but y'all guys get what I mean, you know. It's not like it was a half a million years ago where it was just everybody for themselves and you know, whoever could just come and do whatever they want to do, it, anarchy and shit like that. So yeah, you needed a bad motherfucker to protect you. But this is different times, but yet women are still hardwired with their nature to want something that's really not that necessary today. Now, every man should be a protector when he's with his woman and stuff like this here, but it's not like it was back then where, you know, you basically hung in a tribe all day and you needed to be with this man to be a protector with you. Y'all just was with each other all day with the tribe. But now you go to work. You got to go do other things. He's not with you all day like he was back then to protect you. So I just don't understand. Well, I do understand, but I just wish women's biology would catch up with the fucking times. The need for a protector, you know, a Pookie and Ray Ray to protect you is just not where we're at. Now, if you know, hanging out in O Block, maybe you do need that protector. But I'm just talking about for everybody else that's walking around, for the people that's, you know, law-abiding citizens and stuff. I don't understand why. Well, I do understand, but I just wish their biology would catch up with the time, civilization. That need men who are more responsible, that are on their purpose. I think they should be the prize when they're young. Men who are in college and men who got out and getting careers, but typically that's not the way it works. Those men typically are not getting appreciated till they're in their mid 30s and 40 years old and shit like that. Why Dirty Dick Rodney out here getting all the pussy because he got 6 bodies, right? Or he's a bad motherfucker, right? So that's number one. I wish women at a young age prioritize men who were responsible and law-abiding over the bad boy, over the Pookie and Ray Ray. And I know this might be foreign language to the guys in the suburbs. Shout out to my boys in the suburbs. You know, I'm just talking about for the rest of us guys. You know, I know the boys in the suburbs who went to private schools and shit like this here. I understand that might not hold the same weight as is out there. But for everybody else who are in the inner city, it's a big issue. Okay? All right. Next, guys, their cold-heartedness. Women can be some cold-hearted bitches. Now, like I said, guys, I've said this. I understand it, but the guy asked me a question if I could change it. I understand it, where the cold-heartedness come from, right? A woman is meant to survive. She's built to survive, to reproduce, carry on. Ain't got time to be going through the struggle with a man. Now, just to be fair, I have no pity for a man who fell on hard times and now he needs a mental health break. Listen. Real world happens, guys. Real life. You gotta keep moving. I'm sorry, this pussification of America, I don't go with it. Right? All this bullshit, man. You gotta keep going. Right? I'm trying to choose my word carefully now, because now that could be considered even hate speech. You gotta tiptoe around it. You know, you gotta tiptoe around. But y'all guys get what the fuck I'm saying, right? I don't get that. Listen, I ain't gonna hold your hand because you need a mental health break because you feeling a little down and shit like this right here, man. You gotta pick yourself up, man. We all get down. We all fall in pitfall. You gotta keep moving, man. I'm sorry. You gotta keep moving. The issue runs on when it's out of your hand. See, you guys, if your ass go to dying on your deathbed of cancer and shit like this, that woman ain't gonna rock with you. And see, that's when I have an issue with it. Your ass get in a car accident and you're a quadriplegic, you can't walk, can't wipe your ass or something that's totally out your hand, a drunk driver hit you, that woman ain't gonna rock with you. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna become an intolerable bitch just to force the relationship to end. That's what she's gonna do. She ain't finna rock with you. And you see some of the women who are in the public eye, they try to do it because they're trying to uphold this image. But y'all guys know goddamn well, if that woman went in the public eye, that woman wouldn't goddamn rock with that dude. She'll be gone faster than a motherfucker. How many times y'all guys see that when a basketball player career is over, the woman 2 years later, 3 years later, filing for divorce? She done got all she needed. You ain't finna be making 20, 30, 40 million dollars a year no more. That's what the lifestyle is. My time for me to cash out. That cold-heartedness. It's just like, damn, how can women be so damn cold-hearted? Now, like I said, guys, the guy asked me a question. I understand it. Women are built to survive, whatever. The hypergamy, whatever. This the form of hypergamy I don't like. The other form of hypergamy, I don't mind. This form of hypergamy, I don't like. That cold-heartedness. If a man falls on hard time and he's able-bodied, and he's able-bodied, but he's feeling sorry for himself, and he needs a mental health vacation and shit like that. Fine, leave that motherfucker. Leave that motherfucker, man. This life. This life. Guys, I could fall into a little mini health setback or whatever, this, that, other, but I'm still gonna pluck because I know this life, man. I know life how it is. It ain't gonna be all sun's roses. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep plucking. You gotta keep plucking. You gotta keep going. Your boss gonna get you there. You gotta keep going. People at your job are going to be aggravating you and you want to choke the shit out of them. You can't do it. You got to keep going. You got responsibilities. That's life. Life is fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. Life is fucked up. It is. Life is, it has its good moments, but it has its bullshit moments. It does, man. It's just you're going to go through shit at the job. You're going to be unemployed. You're going to go through it. You got to dust yourself off, get up, and keep going. That's just the way it is. But when it's out of your hand, what I mean by it's out of your hand, let's hypothetically say we just go through another Great Depression, right? 50% of the people in the country lose their jobs all of a sudden. Man, that woman gonna be like, man, I can do bad by myself. Even though it's out of your hand. I perfectly get it if it's something you can do, but you just, I'm so sad. Then, okay, fine. But when it's out of your hand, I think a bitch should have a little bit more loyalty than that. That's how I feel about that. So that part about women I don't like. They unloyalty to go through that hard, that they don't ride and die through the hard times, even when it's out of your control. If it's in your control and you want to have a pity party, fuck you. But if it's not in your control, you hurt, you injured. The economy just ain't no jobs. That woman ain't gonna give a fuck. I hate that. I would change that. But I do understand it. I do understand women are hardwired to survive. I do understand it. But he asked the question. Next, guys, their vindictiveness. Now, I do understand it. Estrogen, female emotions, they get emotional, and then they want to get petty. This is why whenever you see a man who is acting petty or vindictive, what we say, he's acting like a woman. They say most relationships end due to women. Most marriages end due to women. That's what they say, right? Most women file for divorce. I think most men are afraid to leave relationships. I think most men are petrified to leave a relationship. I think most men, like, man, I ain't gonna never see my kids if I leave this bitch. I think most men, if I get divorced, she gonna purposely try to take everything. She ain't gonna try to be fair. I think most men who are just in regular relationships with no kids, no marriage, no nothing, are afraid to leave a relationship because, man, I think she might try to say I did something, I beat her or something. I honestly believe that. I believe that if women weren't so damn vindictive, I think you would see more men in the marriages, in the relationships. I told y'all guys when I was at the gym, one of the managers, he wanted to get a divorce from his wife. He was scared he wasn't gonna be able to see his kid no goddamn more. He didn't even mind the splits of assets and shit like that. He was just afraid, I think she's gonna try to make it hell for me to see my kid. I honestly believe, guys, the only reason why women file for 75 or 80%, whatever the fuck it is, of divorces, I think a lot of men just afraid what that bitch might do. Just might say any goddamn thing. They don't tell him what she might do. That vindictiveness, that evilness, that pettiness. I can't fucking stand that shit. You guys, my issue with it is this here. I understand it comes from a point of their emotions, right? I understand it comes from a perspective of women emotions, and then they get hot and bothered and shit like that. So I do grasp that aspect of it, but that don't mean that I like it. So if I could change it, I would change their pettiness, their vindictiveness. I don't think no man should be in. Guys, I just came out with a whole fucking video on how to protect the bad. And basically that whole video, I just basically explained how not to piss off a woman. That's what the whole video was basically, to sum it up. And for all you guys that didn't see it, let me just say you, I think the video like 20 minutes. Let me just say you 20 minutes. Do whatever you can not to piss off a woman. There you go. Voila. No need to watch the video. Just save you 20 minutes of your time. Go out, have a good time for the rest of the day. Don't worry about watching the video. So whatever you do, figure out a way not to piss off a woman. And if you do piss her off, make sure you got receipts to show that y'all had communication after y'all stopped talking. There you go. No need to watch the video. I made a 20-minute video to explain to y'all guys how not to piss off a woman. That's all you need to know about women vindictiveness. And the fact that a guy asked me to make that video is a shame. You think anybody asking women how to protect the bad? You think women going over there asking female dating coaches, hey coach, how I protect the bad from men? Well, and they come up with a whole strategy of you on how not to piss men off? Don't give a fuck. Next, guys, the incurable need for male attention. I get it. Like I said, I get it. I understand that this is how they attract the highest value man, so they have to always seek attention, because if you're not seeking attention, how are you going to seek attention from the highest catch? So it's the way it is. So I understand it. I don't hate it, but if I could change it, I would change it. I'm going to tell you why. This need for attention to seek the highest value man comes at the men that they don't want expense. So you're a guy, a lot of you guys are going out probably with a girl tonight, right? You watching this, you probably gonna go out with a chick tonight. That woman I already know right now she's not attracted to you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there ain't no game you can do to raise that woman's attraction with your mouthpiece if you're below a certain threshold, right? She already know that. There's nothing you can say or do. But her need to feel beautiful, her need to be entertained comes at your expense of your time and your resources, and she don't give a goddamn. It's, hey, tough shit. He should have read the signals. She could care less that you're going to go out and spend $100, $200 on a couple of dates. Or let's say hypothetically it's shitty pub time and you're going to spend $30, $40. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you is spending $30. What if you make $15, $20 an hour? So I just worked an hour and a half, and then I came out on a date with you and talked to your little ass for 2 hours for absolutely nothing, so you can feel beautiful? I ain't got nothing else better than my time to do and work all week to spend $30 on a bitch who only want to goddamn feel beautiful? But that's going to happen. A lot of the shit that goes on with men and not understanding women comes from what? A lot of the questions I get, guys can't read the signals and this, that, and the other. She don't want you, bro. But her need to feel wanted and to feel beautiful and to feel sexually attractive for her self-esteem, she could give a damn about what it does to your self-esteem. That need for male attention, I just don't like it. I understand it. I get it. But I would change it if I could. The reason I would change it if I could, because it comes at the expense of some poor other guy's soul, an expense for her to feel good. So yeah, she's gonna friend zone you, and you're gonna be in the friend zone for 8 years till you finally feel, man, I ain't got a chance. It take you 8 years. Gonna take you 8 years. Now you can get out the friend zone. You right? You can increase your sex appeal. Maybe you change your fashion. Maybe you lose some weight, hit the gym. Maybe you change your look. Maybe you ain't got a better job. Maybe you get a pretty girl and she sees that. And so that increases her attractiveness. So you can get out the friend zone, right? I have done it, but you guys get what I'm saying. The average guy ain't gonna do that. The average guy is just who he is. And she'll just keep him there just so she know why you there. Guys, any of y'all guys who are in the friend zone, just understand that woman knows what you want. She knows you want to sleep with her. And she just knows you probably not saying that and hoping one day you get lucky. Ain't that pathetic? Ain't that kind of sleazy to use a dude like that? Ain't that kind of selfish? So I would change that about women. All right? And lastly, guys, pre-selection. Bitch, you ain't got a mind of your own? So let me get this straight. You don't find me attractive. You think I'm kind of corny. But then you find out 3 other girls trying to fuck me at the job. Now, well, hey, now I'm hot. What the fuck is that shit all about? And guys, I understand the pre-selection aspect from this right here, right? Of, say, a woman don't know you and she hear about you. And then she like, oh, okay, then she want to fuck with you. She don't know you, she never saw you, but she heard about little Mike on the west side of town. And then she encounters you, she thinks that, oh, it must be something great about you. I understand that aspect of pre-selection. What I don't understand the aspect of pre-selection is when a woman you can work with for fucking 2 years, hate your fucking guts, and then all of a sudden she finds out you got it going on and she ain't know you have it going on, and all of a sudden she want to give you some pussy. Bitch, I've been working next to your ass at this damn job for 2 fucking years and you hated my fucking guts. Now you think I got it going on? What the fuck is this? That bullshit. That aspect of pre-selection, I don't like. It's like childish. It's like it's about the competition with other women. It has nothing to do with the man. And here's another thing about that situation, guys. That woman, and then off of that pre-selection, right? So say that woman who didn't know you, let's hypothetically say she started fucking with you. And let's hypothetically say in the course of fucking with you, she really found out you a lame ass dude she don't like. She still want to fuck with you just because other women want to fuck with you. Even though she been out with you and found out that you fucking whack as hell, her attraction is totally dictated off of how other women view you. It's like the stupidest shit. Guys, what you guys eat don't make me shit. I am seriously, man. What I find attractive, I could care less what you motherfuckers find attractive. But women, that pre-selection bullshit, it overruns them. Now, I do understand it. I do understand that it signals a value system, right? And women, it's like women see that the other women have pre-cleared you, and it's like a status thing. So you have status, so she's able to leech. Pre-selection is like a woman working out pre-selection is like the biggest clout chaser, right? It's basically just chasing clout. When you're pre-selected, you basically have clout. And so she's able to leech out onto you and get some of that clout. So that's all it pretty much is. But it's just like, bitch, you can't think for yourself. You don't know what you find attractive? You need somebody else to tell you what you should like? Like I told you guys, I understand the aspect of pre-selection if you just meet a motherfucker, never met a motherfucker, and other girls like them, then you think, well, it must be something great about them. But these women are like, they will work with you for 2-3 years, can't stand your fucking ass, and then find out other women want your ass, and now all of a sudden you the finest motherfucker in the world. That shit is the craziest thing to me. I don't fucking understand it. Well, I do understand it, but I would change that, guys. If I could, I would change the fact that let women think for them fucking selves. All right. But anyway, guys, that's what I would change about women if I could. I'll get back with you guys later.